Anyone in need of options? Shall I? Nobody's asking. Okay, you can think. When was Pilgrim's Progress published?
Options, please.
Okay, 1687, 1787. Think a lot. Which era John Bunyan belongs to? That's all. You can easily guess.
1678.
1687 is the right answer. Very good. Because it is those time when the epics were also published. Okay. Now, can you say Paradise Lost was published in how many books?
12 books. 12 books.
Sure? Is it so? Okay, when was it published? Can I answer?
Paradise. Sir, 1 minute. The question, Paradise.
Paradise Lost was published in how many books and in which year?
Published in 1667.
Very good. 1667 is the right answer. In how many books?
10 books. 10 books.
10 books.
12 books.
12 books is also correct, but in 1667 it was published as 10 books. But as 12 books in 1674. Please note it down. In 1674, Paradise Lost was republished as 12 books. Remember this. Okay, now the important works, we will finish with the works first and then we will go on to it. Okay. Okay. Lyrical Ballads was published in the year
1711. 1798.
1798. It is the beginning of
No, sir. Romantic age. Sorry.
romantic age.
Romantic age.
Yeah. When was okay. Now can you answer this? Which is the first work of Jane Austen?
Sense and Sensibility.
Very good. Sense and Sensibility. When was it published? Can you tell? 1711. No. She was a romantic. No. She belongs to the romantic age. 1811.
18.
Okay, very good. That's all. The point is, I am giving you a tip now. Remember it very carefully. First, don't go for the dates. First, determine the century. If you determine the century, the options could be easily eliminated or you can guess it right. Okay. That's why learning an age also comprises of learning the kings who ruled as well as who were the writers who belonged. Okay, this is the way to actually do it. Okay, next question is, it is going to be a pretty easy ones I am asking. Frankenstein, when was it published? Who wrote it?
Mary Shelley. 1818.
Who wrote it?
Mary Shelley.
Okay.
Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley. Okay. Frankenstein was published in
1816, I think. 1818.
1818. Easy to remember. Okay. 1818 had many works published like Northanger Abbey, Persuasion by Jane Austen, Revolt of Islam by
Shelley, sir. Shelley.
Good. Endymion.
Keats.
Okay. Yes, all these works were published in 1818. Please do not forget. And the next question is, okay, and Essays of Elia, it is important. When was it published? Who is the writer?
Charles Lamb.
Very good.
Charles Lamb, actually, it is.
Yes, Charles Lamb is right. But when was it published? It's easy to remember actually. He wrote two types of essays. One is Essays of Elia and the last Essays of Elia. No need to remember it very screwed. No, easily we can do. How? No, 1823 is Essays of Elia.
1823.
Yes. If you add 10 years, it is last Essays of Elia, 1833. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
It won't be very tough to actually remember. Okay, next question is when was I'm going here and there, so please stay with me. Uh, when was The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn published? Usually, you will get a question from this in every net and set. So, very important work. I'll give you options. Do you need two options only? I won't confuse you. Don't worry. Need options?
18 something. 1884.
Yeah, you have come very near, sir. 1884,
1884.
85 is the right answer.
85. Okay.
1885. Actually, some works will be premiered an year before. So even if you say 1883, it is so far right. But 1885 is the publication date. So remember it as 1885. Okay. And then Interpretation of Dreams was published in the year. This is a huge confusion. There is a huge confusion in it. Yes. Can you say? When? I think I am struck. Okay, I think. Am I audible?
Audible.
Yeah, 1900 is the right answer. I didn't hear many of your voices, so maybe you would have given right. Okay. When did Tagore win Nobel Prize?
1913.
Okay. For what?
Geetanjali.
Geetanjali, it contained how many songs? Yes. I'm coming straight away to British literature. But
Yes.
okay, it was published in English in the title.
Offering. Song
Song offerings. Actually, if I am right, I'm just asked a random question. If I am right in my cognition, it is 103 and 157, I think. 103 must be the original, and when it was translated, it came to 157 or something. I'll check the right thing and tell you. Okay, I'm just giving it in random, but it was extra when it was translated. So I will tell you. I'll send it in the group. Okay. Who won the first Nobel Prize? And when? First Nobel Prize.
1901.
No. He is the youngest as well. He is the youngest Nobel Prize winner as well. We can say it in these two ways. He wrote about white man's burden.
Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard Kipling. 1907. 1907. Okay, World War dates, can you say? What is the timeline?
1914 to 1918.
Okay, second?
38 to 42.
45.
90.
Okay. And when did W.B. Yeats win the Nobel Prize?
1920.
20 is right. 20.
23.
23. Wonderful, wonderful. And one more school was founded in the same year. You can remember both together. One important school. If you know about Marxism, it is one of the most cultural studies also. It's an important school.
Frankfurt.
Very good. Frankfurt School. Frankfurt School was also founded in 1923. This is a very big history. When we come to cultural studies, we will learn more about it. Okay. And then when was A Course of General Linguistics published? Structuralism or a starting work. So you need to know. 1916 is the right answer. Gokila, it will be better if you voice out. I'm not seeing the chat very often. So possible. Okay. And it is and Wasteland, Ulysses, Jacob's Room, all are published in the same year. Wasteland, Ulysses, 22. Very good. 22 is the right answer. 1922. Okay. Now, next question is A Room of One's Own. Practical criticism, A Farewell to Arms, Sound and the Fury, all in the same year. Very good. 1929. Practical. I will repeat once again. What all were the events? Practical criticism, A Room of One's Own, The Sound and the Fury, A Farewell to Arms. There is another year like this, 1819, I think. There were many things happening in 1819. Can you remember? 1819 or I'm not so sure. I think yes, 1819 is Don Juan. Don Juan. Okay. Now next question, a pretty simple one. So, when was Paradise Regained and Samson Agonists published?
1671.
Wonderful. 71 is the right answer. Okay, next question is, when was Shakespeare's first folio and second folio published? You should get both the dates.
1923 and 32.
1623 is first folio. Good. Second?
32.
32. Very good. Now remember one thing, 1623. The same if you convert into 1923. Does anything happen? Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. You got it right. Okay. Next question. It's an important one. When did Robert Southey become poet laureate? I can give you one hint. Okay. You already guessed the first work of Jane Austen. When was it?
1811.
Sense and Sensibility. You have told me. When is Pride and Prejudice? That is equivalent to Robert Southey becoming Nobel poet laureate.
1813. 1813.
Very good. 1813. Just 2 years later. That's all. Now it is easy to remember actually. Southey held a long office, and after which who became the Nobel laureate? Wordsworth became. Could you remember the date? Southey died and Wordsworth took over. Now you can guess.
Something 50, I think.
50 is another person. Tennyson became Nobel laureate in 1850 after the death of Wordsworth. Now in between, where is Wordsworth hanging? That's the question. Some 7 years or 8 years, 7 years alone, Wordsworth was the poet laureate. After the death of Southey. Simple, 43. 1843 to 1850. Got it now? Okay. 1843 to 1850, the office was held by Wordsworth. Okay. Now, 1850 is an important year. There were many things published. What are they? Can you guess any one? One is Tennyson becoming poet laureate, death of Wordsworth, 1850. Okay. Anything else happened? In Memoriam. Very good. In Memoriam is written by?
Tennyson.
Good. And then one of the important works of Wordsworth, only one work of Wordsworth was published after his death. What is it? It must be his autobiography. So try to guess. It is easy now.
Prelude.
Very good. Prelude. Okay. Then one work from Browning's wife. Sorry. I think
Nathaniel Hawthorne's Scarlet Letter.
Scarlet Letter is right. And another one, Sonnets. I think it's Browning's wife has written. Songs too? Sonnets from the... I forgot. Portuguese. Very good. Who wrote it?
Elizabeth Barrett.
Right. Elizabeth. That was also in 1850. Correct. Okay. And Scarlet Letter is right. Another one is there. Blessed Damozel. Who wrote it? You would have studied this poem. It one of the pre-Raphaelite. Rossetti. Rossetti. And Rossetti belonged to which movement? Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood was formed in the year? Simple. 1850. It is somewhere nearby. Somewhere near. 2 years before. Don't forget 1848. 1848. Okay. Shall we go for a little revision? Are you ready? Just for checking your understanding alone. Now, please, everyone try to answer. Give a very good. Let it be a very much, let it be very quick. That's what I need. Okay. Who was awarded Nobel Prize in the year 1907?
Rudyard Kipling.
Very good. In 1813, which work of Jane Austen was published?
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Okay. When did Tennyson become the poet laureate?
1850.
When did Tagore win Nobel Prize?
1913. 1913.
Okay. When was a course in general linguistics published by Saussure? Posthumous. 1916. 1916. Don't forget, this is a starting point. And then interpretation of dreams?
1900.
1900. Actually, only the return time is 1899. Don't confuse it with 1899. It was a return in 1899, published in 1900. Okay. PRB was formed in the year. Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, sorry. When was it formed?
1848.
1848. Wonderful. And then when was Frankfurt School founded? Frankfurt School?
1923.
Very good.
1923.
What was the other event that happened there?
WB won Nobel Prize.
And then? Anything else did I say? No. That's it. Okay. And when was the practical criticism published? I told you, I think.
1929.
Very good. 29. What are the other events?
A Room of Swan by Virginia.
Very good. And then?
Sound and Fury.
By?
A Sound. Faulkner.
Faulkner. A Farewell to Arms.
Also.
Yes. A Farewell to Arms by?
Bernard Shaw.
I think it's Hemingway, I think.
Hemingway, sir.
Hemingway. Okay. Okay, now we are back. Very good. You are following really well, just for checking up. Now we will go to the next part. Okay. When was 7 Types of Ambiguity by Emerson published? Seven types of. You need options? I'll give you. Easy options I'll give.
Sir, when was options?
It is a rounded number. That is what I can say. After 1910s, it's a rounded number.
1930.
Very good.
What's the question?
Very good. The 7 types of ambiguity.
Oh, okay.
And one important thing is, in 1930s, many of the writers were born. Can you tell me any 3 writers? The African Enigma. Who is that writer? Chinua Achebe. Who is the animal poet? Whom do you call an animal poet?
Philip Larkin. Ted Hughes.
Yeah, Philip Larkin is also, but Ted Hughes mostly. And who talked about, how can I signify him? One of the famous deconstructionists. Based on him, the theory emerged. Derrida was also born in the same year. Derek Walcott was born in the same year, 1930. Harold Pinter was born in 1930. And Harold Pinter wrote about a particular comedy type. What is the type of comedy?
Comedy of Menace.
Comedy of Menace. Very good, very good. Who deals with absurd? Beckett. Pinter. Sorry. Beckett, and then any other absurd writers?
Harold Pinter.
Harold Pinter, little bit. Camus.
Butler.
Yeah.
Albert Camus.
Camus. Yes. When was Kandapura published?
Kantapura. 1938.
Very good. 1938. 1938. Untouchable. Swami and Friends, same year. Untouchable and Swami and Friends, same year. I used to remember this together. Swami and Friends and The Untouchable. So together I'll remember as a single title. 35.
1935.
Very good, very good, very good. 1935. So remember that Kandapura was published in 38. Swami and Friends and Untouchable are published in 35. Remember this. Okay, next one. When was The Second Sex published? The Second Sex by Bua. Simenda Bua. Options. Okay. It was 1 year before Wordsworth died. That is how I can get.
1849.
Not that is like I gave it as a clue, but it's not exactly 18. It is a contemporary work. So it is 1949. Okay, just for the sake of giving a clue, I gave. Okay, 1949. And one more work was published, Orwell's work, same year, 1949.
Animal Farm.
No. No.
Animal Farm. 1984.
1984. Okay, 1984. Then Animal Farm. The same set, but a little before. Little before it was published. 4 years before. 1945. The World War ends. That's what you can remember. World War II will end and Animal Farm and English Teacher were published in the same year. Got it now? Animal Farm and English Teacher in the year 1945 when World War ended. Okay. Next important work, Black Skin, White Masks. When was it published? Near to 1950 only, but somewhere ahead of it.
1952.
Very good. 1952. Okay. And then Long Revolution. Important year this is. Very good. 1961. Again, Gokila, I am not looking into your chats. You are selling the answers. Try to be vocal. Okay. The Long Revolution. The Wretched of the Earth. Who wrote it?
Francis Fanon.
Franz Fanon.
And Long Revolution by? Long Revolution.
Williams.
Raymond Williams, I think. Yes.
Raymond Williams.
Yes. 1961. 1961. Long Revolution. Wretched of the Earth. Theatre of Absurd. All in the same year. Again, I am repeating. 1961. The Long Revolution. The Wretched of the Earth. The Theatre of the Absurd. Okay. Next. Who wrote Uses of Literacy? Can you guess?
Richard Hogarth.
Very good. Who wrote Mythologies?
Roland Barthes.
Who wrote Syntactic Structures? Who is the only linguist or grammarian we know very well?
Noam Chomsky.
Chomsky. Anatomy of Criticism? Fry. Okay. All these in the same year. And this year, Albert Camus got the Nobel Prize as well. Can you guess the year? Mythologies, Uses of Literacy, Syntactic Structures, Anatomy of Criticism. Albert Camus also winning the Nobel Prize.
1957.
Very good. 1957. Should I repeat once again? What are the events?
Sir, please repeat, sir. Please repeat.
Yeah.
I want to write down.
Sure.
Uses of Literacy.
Uses of Literacy by Hogarth. Mythologies by Barthes. Roland Barthes. And Syntactic Structures by Chomsky. Anatomy of Criticism by Fry.
Anatomy of criticism by?
Fry, Northrop Fry.
Okay.
Sure.
Right.
Okay. Next, who wrote? Whose works were divided into? I'm going a little bit of British as well. Please forgive me for it. Who differentiated her works into inner space and outer space fiction? Can you tell me?
Ellen Walter.
No, she is actually a Nobel Prize winner. Recent Nobel Prize winner, 2007 or somewhere.
Armitage.
Who's it?
Is it Alice Munro?
Not Alice
it Alice?
Munro. Alice Munro has a different history. She is Iranian British writer, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yes, she's an Iranian, but a famous one, famous person. Okay, I'll give you a clue. If I give the clue, you will find out.
Octavia Paz.
No, she wrote about some 4 notebooks will be there.
Doris Lessing.
Doris
Golden
Lessing. Yeah, Golden Notebook. Very good. So this why this came into my mind, I do not know, but I wanted to share. Okay. When was Boer War happening? Which is the time when Boer War happened? That devastated. It was an African. Actually, the South Africa was most affected. When did it happen? Most important. Please note it down. 1880. 1880. Don't forget it. And the second Boer War, 1899. 1880 and 1899. Now I am going to give you only the movements and wars, so please note it down very carefully. And the next one, have you written it? Okay. When was the reform bills passed? There were 3 years, you know it very well. Reform bill years.
Sir, 1832.
Very good. 1832, one reform bill is there. Great Reform Act. One is there. Second.
Is it 48, sir? 1848.
No. 1848 is PRB. 18th, I will tell you, just note it down. 1832, 67, 84. 32, 67, 84. Just study here itself, you will never forget. And you know about Macaulay's Minutes. That is the easy one. When was it published? English Education Act. 1835.
1835.
Very good. 1835.
College. Okay,
Minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
And one important event was Corn Law. In Victorian age, there will be many laws, but this actually it's a coincidence between Wordsworth's age and it. Corn Laws. I can give you one option.
1815.
Very good. What another important battle happened in 1815? Can you remember? A downfall of a great emperor.
Napoleonic War.
Napoleon. Very good. What is the place where he was defeated? Can you guess?
Waterloo.
Waterloo. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, another one is there, right?
Peterloo Massacre.
Yeah, that was also happening. When was it happening? Can you know date it? A little beyond, okay, ahead of it. 1815 more.
1813.
No. Ahead. Sorry, ahead means it's follows it after it.
1819.
Very good. 1819 is the answer. 1815 Waterloo. 1819 Peterloo. Okay, you won't forget, I guess. Okay, next question. French Revolution. Can you give the starting year?
1789.
Very good. 1789. Okay, American Revolution year. 1775 to 83. 1775 to 83. Important one. Okay. And then Licensing Act. If you need options, I'll give. Licensing Act. Need options?
Options.
Okay. I'll give something near. Try to guess it very prudently. 1710 or 1737.
37.
Very good.
1737.
How are you able to guess? Can I know? I know it very well. You know the number, the date actually. When he gave you a slight bit of a number that is near to it, you are able to guess. Okay, am I right? It seems to be very away. 1710 seems to be. Yes, it's all about intuitions. Okay. Next, when was Jacobite uprising? When was it happening? It is very easy to remember Jacobite and what is that? Waterloo. Waterloo happened in 18?
15. 1815.
This is 100 years before. That's all.
1715.
Easy to remember now. First Jacobite uprising. The second happened 30 years after. Then what is it?
1745.
That's all done. Is it very easy now? 1715 and 1745. That's all. Okay. And one of the most important works, The Rape of the Lock. When was it published?
Alexander. 1712.
Very good. 1712 and another year. That is, this is 2 cantos with 5 cantos. 2 years later. 1714.
1714.
And do you remember one particular work of Pope that I told you in 1711? An important work.
Yes.
Very good. And don't forget, whenever you will look at it, you will confuse between Tatler and Spectator. When was Tatler established?
Statler 9.
1709. Okay. Spectator?
11.
Okay.
17.
So remember one thing. Who started Tatler in 1709? This is a very important question.
Steel.
Steele alone. And who established
Addison.
Addison and Steele? So remember that very carefully. They didn't collaborate in Tatler, but they collaborated in the other one, in 1711, Spectator. Okay. Next question. When was Charles the First beheaded? Please think and answer. It is a very important event. Before Restoration, he was beheaded, but which year exactly? That may again 16?
60.
1660 is Restoration, but my question was very easy. King Charles the
1649.
First.
1649.
Very good. 1649. 1649 is the right answer. Okay. And then, when was Lycidas published? Very important. Who wrote it?
Wordsworth.
No. Lycidas.
Which Milton. Milton.
Yeah. Which year?
Milton. Lycidas. Republican.
Shall I give you options?
Yes, sir.
1620, 1637.
I think 67.
37. All others agree? Yes, 1637 is the right answer. Okay, next. When did Dryden become poet laureate? The same year, an important work was published by Dryden. That is a literary criticism work. Now it's easy.
17.
No. 16? No, one of the criticism works. Criticism works. 1660?
8.
8. What was the work I was talking about? Of dramatic essay on dramatic poetry. Okay, don't forget. Don't forget. When was Fairy Queen published? Two years are there. Why is this sudden silence?
16th century, I remember.
Yeah, that is right.
1590.
1590 is the right answer. 3 books were published in 1590. The remaining 3?
1595.
96. So remember this: 1590, first 3 books of Fairy Queen. 1596, the next 3 of Fairy Queen. That is as 6 books. Okay, now you should not confuse this. That's why I'm asking you. Apology for Poetry was written by? Apology for Poetry.
Philip Sidney.
Very good. Philip Sidney. Okay. And who wrote Amorati? Epithalamion. Okay. Okay. Now I'm giving you a thing. See, all the 3 were published in the same year. Amorati, Epithalamion, Apology for Poetry. Which year it is? Simple. It's a round number. So it can easily round. I'm going to say it's a half round. Half round. 1595. 95. Okay. Okay. Now, actually, remember this very carefully. I've already told you. Can you answer it now? When was the first 3 books of Fairy Queen published?
1590.
Now,
90, sir.
now come to the half. 1595. What are the 3 works I told you? Okay. Now come to 1596. You already have one data. That is Fairy Queen remaining books.
3 Queen, 3 next 3 books.
Yeah. And one more work. One more wedding song. What is it?
Prothalamion.
That's all. Prothalamion. So don't forget, Epithalamion came first. Prothalamion came second. Many will confuse it. In order to remember, I'll give you one particular trick. Why no? E comes first and P comes second. So in that way you can remember. That's all. Simply speaking, E comes first, P comes second. So Epithalamion comes 1595 and Prothalamion comes in 1596. And Prothalamion describes the double wedding. You know it very well. You know the content. And the next year, the subsequent year, 1597, the important year for essays. Then who would have written in that era?
Francis Bacon.
Very good. Bacon. First edition of Bacon. Okay. And do you know the... yes.
This is some Richard Steele or somebody else.
No, not here. Steele will be coming in the Pope's era. Pope and Johnson's era.
Yeah.
We will have a go through towards the end. Okay. And Tortel's Miscellany. When was it published? Important.
What, sir?
Sir, one of them have raised their hand, sir.
Who is this? Ma'am, kindly. Benazir, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you have raised your hands. That's why.
Sorry.
Okay, ma'am. No issue. Tortel's Miscellany. Tortel's Miscellany. Actually, that started the...
1557.
Very good. 1557. After 1 year, a queen came to the throne. 1558.
Queen Elizabeth, sir.
Very good. 1558. Till what age did she rule actually?
1603.
1603.
1603. Who came to power after her?
James.
James the?
Yes, sir. He's from Scotland. He became James the First.
Very good. Okay. King James the First. And after which, who came?
James first.
The one who was beheaded in 1649, who was he?
Charles the First.
Charles.
That's
Charles.
all. That's all. So when James the First came to the power, the age was called as
Jacobite.
Jacobean.
Ah,
Jacobean age. And when Charles the First came to power?
Restoration.
No. Charles the First came to power, it's Caroline age.
Not, I thought.
Caroline.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Caroline.
When was Royal Society established? I'll give you two options. 1660 or 1662. Royal Society.
1660.
1662.
62 is the right answer. 1660 is restoration. That's why I wanted you to differentiate. Okay. And Spanish Armada, which year?
Spanish Armada.
It's a very important year. I'll give you an option. Is it 1600 or 1588?
1588.
1600, I think.
1588 is the right answer. Spanish Armada was defeated or not? Who won the battle?
Sir, Queen Elizabeth
Yes, won the battle and Spanish Armada was defeated.
That was defeated.
Yes. When was Act of Supremacy passed? I'll give you two options. Is it 1434 or 1534? Act of Supremacy.
1534.
Very good. 1534. And I'm going to talk about important printing presses. Who invented printing press? I'm asking on the whole, not in Britain. Overall.
Gutenberg.
Very good. Gutenberg. Gutenberg is from?
From Germany.
Wonderful. Germany. And who established it in Westminster, that is England?
Caxton. William Caxton.
In the year?
1611.
No, 14s.
14, somewhere.
1476. 1476. Very good recap actually for every one of us, so it is easy. 1476 and Gutenberg established in 1456. Okay, 20 years before. Just 20 years before. And remember one important thing. Which dynasty did Queen Elizabeth belong to?
She was a Tudor.
Sure. Okay, then when did Stuart start?
Stuart.
Actually, it must be Queen Anne's period. That time came Stuart, and until then Tudor dynasty was the supreme power. See, remember very important thing. Very simply I'm going to say. War of Roses. Remember this year alone. 1455 to 85. 1455 to 85.
1485.
It is also called as, usually it is also called 30 years of war, I think. They give another name for it also. Now, remember this. Once the War of Roses ended, one dynasty was established. What is the dynasty? You told us already. Tudor dynasty.
Tudor.
That's all. Remember this. 1455 to 85, War of Roses. Plantagenet and York, you know it very well. Only based on the color of the rose, they will be determined who they are. White is for York, I think.
Red and white.
Yeah, white is for York, I
White,
think.
York.
So, and 1485 Tudor dynasty was established and Elizabeth comes to the power in 1558. I think she must be the last queen of Tudor, I think. I'm not so sure. But in my opinion, that is what I feel. Okay. I'll look at it. Okay. Do you know the Shakespeare's birth and death? It must.
Shakespeare's birth and death. He was there 15 some.
Yes, 1560.
Died in 65 or something.
64.
He was there up to
1564.
1608.
1616.
1608 he was there.
Yeah,
He was there
1616.
up to 1608.
Yeah. And
1608.
1608, no, 1616, ma'am. 1616, 1616. Yeah, 1564 to.
Sir, I remember after after Elizabeth, 1603, he was there only for 5 years more.
He wrote for 5 years more. That is, in 1610, he actually retired, but actually, Winter's Tale, I think, something was coming later works. He turned
Okay.
into like comedies
Okay,
or.
he died at the age of 57 years, right, sir?
1564 to 1616.
Yes, ma'am, 1616, but he actually retired from writing earlier. That is why the year is little difficult. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And the next one is, when was Chaucer born? Now we will come to writers.
Sir was born 13 and
Yeah, it is a round number. That's just a round number. Both are round numbers. Not half round, it's a full round. So you can definitely go for it.
40 to 45.
1340 to 1400. That's all. 1340 to 1400. And Canterbury Tales? Death. His death actually marks.
1400.
Actually, no need to think a lot about it, because it's when he died, it was published actually. Some will say that it's 1399. Not a big issue with it. Okay, both are similar. And one more thing, 100 Years War. This should be known. And there is no 1337. It starts till 1453. 1337. Please write it down. 1337 to 1453. Okay. Now the most important thing, Peasants' Revolt.
Is it 1381, sir?
Very good. 1381. Fall of Constantinople.
1453.
Very good. 1453. Constantinople is a place in.
Italy.
Very
Turkey,
good.
sir.
Very good. Norman conquest year.
1066.
1066.
1066, I think, sir.
Yes.
1066.
1066. Magna Carta by King John.
1312.
12 is correct, but not. The first comes 12. First comes 12.
That is 1215.
That's all. 12:15. That is what the time we can say. 12:15. Okay. Okay. And then when was an event happened, right? And Thomas Becket, he was beheaded. T.S. Eliot wrote a work on it also. And the Canterbury Tales also, they go to the shrine and things. But he has written, Eliot has written the work called, what is it?
Sir, Murder in the
Murder in the
Cathedral.
Cathedral. Very good. And when did it happen? That's the question. The event. 1170.
18th century.
1170.
1170.
1170. 70. Okay. Black Death. Do you know the year?
Black Death is due to plague. 17th century.
Actually, in 1665 it appeared. 1666 marked the Great Fire of London. But actually it began very early. 1348. Black Death actually started. 1348.
So Chaucer time, sir.
Chaucer time 1340 to 1400.
So the same time this Black Death has started.
Yeah,
1348,
48.
like 8 years.
Yeah, exactly. For 8 years after his birth.
Yeah.
Good. And Victoria, Queen Victoria, can you tell me the timeline of her rule?
In Victoria, I think Charles Dickens was say there's a 17th century.
It must be 19th or yes. It is 19th century. Victorian era ending date, you must have known this. See, don't think about the starting date. Ending date, it's easy to get.
I know the ending date, 1901.
Very good. 1901. Then
But
when
I don't know the starting date.
now try to guess the.
It should be 1858, I suppose.
No, even before, ma'am. He is the longest reigning queen actually.
He lived long. Like 1830.
30 is
40.
correct. 30 to 40, some number. 37. 37. 290, not 1. Okay, Chartism. Same, 1 year after. After she came to power in 1837, 1 year later, Chartist movement. That's all. Got it? Okay.
38.
Okay. Now, the next part, I'll give you a 10 minutes break. After once you come back, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some random questions. Be ready. You should be able to discern just read. This is the time for you to relax, have something, and then read it. We will study it here. That's all. Once for all. Okay, and once we come back, the session is going to be on writers alone. I'm going to focus on the birth and death of important writers. Okay, so that chronology will be nothing. It will be easy for you. Okay, we join exactly at now it's 12:54. So 1:05.
Okay.
Okay, take a good break and please remain in the meeting. Don't leave the meeting. Okay, you can mute yourselves. That's all. Thank you.